All right, I put some fresh turnip greens on my bins just a few weeks ago. I'm gonna show you guys how much moisture these turnip greens put on the bins by just putting them on top, and then all these worms that are right there on top getting into these turnip greens. Which I've been doing this is my second year of doing this. But you can see these worms love these turnip greens. These turnip greens are starting to rot. But you can see all the moisture. I have a problem with ants. I have all these ants getting in my bins. What do you guys recommend? What do you guys recommend using to get rid of ants? This is the first year I've been dealing with this, and they're starting to really get bad. But I wanted you guys to check out how good these turnip greens are doing for my worm bins. I'm about to harvest some more turnips here pretty soon, and I'm going to go ahead and add to it. But look at all those worms right in there. You can see they're just all right up here on top, getting in on the greens. I've been feeding right in here. Put some bananas and food. Check it out. Look at all those worms right there. They love bananas. Every time I put a banana in here, the whole banana is just full of worms. I'm sorry if I'm like breathing so hard in the camera. Every time I get ready to edit these videos, it sounds like I'm like Darth Vader, just like so concentrated on the worms. And I have the camera like right here by my face, so all you can hear is just me breathing sometimes. But yeah, these turnip greens are doing great for the worms. I really like how they produce moisture, bring a lot of my worms up top. They also are feeding on all this rotten turnip greens. Once they start to decay, the worms just go to town on them. This is bin number 1 that I got a harvest off of not too long ago. As you can see, I got some seeds that's starting to sprout in here. Let you guys see how these worms just come up top. This is the bin that went through the winter storm. A bunch of these worms went through the winter storm. I could actually harvest a bunch of this, but I really don't need any castings right now. I'm stocked up. If you watch the video on the magic worm food, you'll be able to see the dry amendments that I use, and you can tell the worms have ate up all of the dry amendments that I left on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some more dry amendments over this bin. Cover it back up with these turnip greens. Do the same on this side, and I'm actually about to go get some more turnip greens and add to this bin. Do the same thing with this bin. Pull all of my turnip greens to one side. Sprinkle some dry amendments down. Put the turnip greens back. Like I said, I'm about to go harvest a few more turnips, and when I cut the greens, I just add them to the worm bins. Go ahead and get a few turnips. Not ready to harvest. Just go through and I pick the ones that are ready to harvest, and then I leave a bunch of the smaller ones. Alright, I got some turnips. About to go ahead and cut the greens off and then feed these greens to the worms. I cut the greens off, feed the greens to the worms, cut the root off, take a potato peeler, I peel them, dice them up, about 3 or 4 of these big ones, in a pan of boiling water with 6 tablespoons of sugar, and then I just put salt and butter on them afterwards, and they're delicious. So that's enough turnips to eat on. I got one lady that's been buying some. I'll hit her up. If she wants some, I'll sell some to her. If not, then I'll go ahead and eat all of them. I just got my second batch of turnips for this year, and as you guys can see, I still got a lot of turnips in the ground. Got a bunch of turnips that's a few of them could be pulled up like that. A few of them still kind of small. We'll go ahead and let these just keep growing. And in about another week, 2 weeks, I'll come back and I'll pick a bunch more. But this is enough turnips. I could sell some if I want, or me and my family could eat on turnips for about a week. I ate these during this time of the year. Whenever I'm harvesting turnips, I can eat turnips every day. Alright, I'm going to sprinkle some dry amendments down. Just a real light layer. Then I'm going to put some of these turnip greens down. Alright, I already got my dry amendments down over here. I'm going to go ahead and just do the same thing. Alright, that's it. And about 2 weeks, I'll come back and a bunch of these greens will be decomposed and look like this. Then I'll just add some more fresh greens on top of it. Keeps a lot of moisture in my worm bins and also makes the worms happy. Gives them some fresh new greens with some dry amendments in between. So that's it.